Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Tactics FCB. Welcome beautiful people. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys who have been subscribing to my channel, and please, if you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. It's going to help the channel a lot, and I'm just very thankful for each and every one of you guys. You know, my homies that keeps on commenting. I like talking to you guys. I will respond to you guys every day of the week. In today's video, we're going to talk about the tactical preview of Real Sociedad versus Barcelona, and it's actually an away game for FC Barcelona. So let's get right into it, starting with the lineup. In goal, I don't think there's anything that we need to say because Ter Stegen has that position on lockdown, right? Nobody's going to get there, so let's just get into the fullbacks. Serginho Dest at right back, I would start him there, because this guy has potential. Especially, I like him in one-on-one situations. He can actually get better from here. We just need to put the work in rather than going into the transfer market. This is where I don't agree with what Xavi and Laporta and Mateo Alemany is doing, but Serginho Dest needs to get an opportunity to prove himself. How is the guy going to get better? We liked him, he was great at Ajax, so let's just start him. And then the left back is going to be Jordi Alba, because Jordi Alba has actually got a lot of scrutiny for his performance against Rayo Vallecano, but I think there was a lot of problems within the setup, the structure of the team in that game, which could have ultimately led to him not being his Alba best, right? So I would start him. Let's just not make any drastic decisions in this game. Ronald Araujo needs to go back to centre back, because I don't even think there's a discussion that needs to be had to actually talk about him playing at right back. He needs to go back to centre back, and because I don't know if Jules Koundé is going to be registered for this game, so let's just go with Christensen, because Eric Garcia is I see him as a backup now, and that is just the message we've got since we signed Christensen and Jules Koundé. And because Sergio Busquets is suspended, Miralem Pjanic is definitely going to start maybe in that position, because I don't think that Frank Kessié is your typical pivot, so Pjanic needs to start there. And of course Pedri is our best interior at the moment, and he's going to pair with Frenkie de Jong, because I don't think Gavi is going to start, or they will be playing together. The only way I can see Pedri and Gavi playing together is by Gavi coming off the bench or Pedri coming off the bench, but I don't think these two need to start. They are way too static. They have the same ideas. It's almost like Messi and Coutinho playing in the same team. You can't have guys with the same ideas in a starting lineup. All right, then Lewandowski is obviously going to start at number 9, because he's our best striker that we have at the moment, but you never know, Xavi may blow you out of the water by starting Aubameyang ahead of Lewandowski. And then Ousmane Dembele and Rafinha, of course they will be our wingers, because I don't think Ferran Torres is actually vowing for that bow there at wing. Ansu Fati, I don't really see Ansu Fati as a starter anymore, since we have this front three, and I think that is going to be our starting front three: Dembele, Lewandowski and Rafinha. Now let's get into the analysis. I want Xavi to, in this game against Sociedad, bring back the width. We need to have the width all the time. There's no other way that I can actually explain it to you guys. We need the width, because Real Sociedad is a well-drilled team. They can have shape, they can have discipline, they can have position, so we need to stretch them as far as possible. So we need the width. But of course, we already saw that the inverted winger is going to be really popular this season, but that is not a problem as long as the likes of Serginho Dest and Jordi Alba is going to come forward to keep that width there for Barcelona, because that is very important to be able to stretch Real Sociedad, because they are a very disciplined team. All right, so the width needs to come back definitely. All right, now I just wanted to show you the last lineup they had against Cadiz. They actually won that game 1-0. This is now Real Sociedad. Prime performers like Bryce Mendes, David Silva, under Alexander Isak and Taki Kubo. Actually, he's from Real Madrid. He came from Real Madrid. So this is a 4-4-2 diamond. So you can actually see it as a 4-1-2-1-2, but that is a diamond. So we can't be playing 2-3-5 like we did. We need to come with a 3-2-5. 5, not 2-3-5, 3-2-5, you know, so that we can have a diamond of our own, so that we can overload the midfield. And I think this was one of the biggest problems against Rayo Vallecano. We didn't have a lot of players in midfield because, like I said in the previous video, these free eights were expected to be a lot higher, and one of them actually were playing like a second striker. So they need to come back to being attacking midfielders, you know, because they are, and you know David Silva. David Silva he comes from Man City and he's been their base player for a very long time. So he knows how to move in between the lines. But the reason I want us to have this 3-2-5 formation is so that we can actually have a double pivot against David Silva with Frankie de Jong or even a inverted winger, so that we can outnumber David Silva in that region over there, and also us outnumbering the single pivot, so that these guys can go back, so that we can actually pin them back, you know. But then again, if we don't want to do that, we can also, if Xavi actually wants to do the 2-3-5, he can also overload the midfield that way by Pjanic moving in between the center backs to draw these guys out of position. But then both Alba and Serginho Dest has to invert, you know. And come to think of it, we actually going to have 5 players in this 2-3-5, you know. But like I mentioned, then both Alba and Serginho Dest has to invert. And yeah, so that's how we can outnumber them in midfield, because you can actually see the reason why we had the false 9 back in the day with Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets and Messi, and that is all because we wanted to outnumber the opposition in midfield, and that is going to be very, very important, you know. But the only danger with this shape is we're gonna have a 2-on-2, and you know Alexander Isak, that guy is dangerous, right? And Taki Kubo, he's actually the one that scored the goal in the previous game against Cadiz for Real Sociedad. So yeah, 3-2-5 can do, but then we're gonna have some dangers doing that, and that is why I don't want us to have that shape, rather than 3-2-5, right? Now, the one-on-one situations is going to be very important for Barcelona in this game with Rafinha and Dembele. I think Xavi is going to revert back to this, getting them in one-on-one situations with the fullbacks, because they're actually capable of beating their markers, right? So this is going to be a very, very important component for Xavi's tactics on Sunday when we take on Real Sociedad. So the one-on-one situations is going to be very, very, very important. Now, these free eights is going to have to make runs in behind the defense in that half spaces when Rafinha and Dembele is actually taking on their markers, and that is going to be very, very important, you know. And they need to do opposite movements, especially if we want Robert Lewandowski to drop in. Then one of Frenkie or Pedri or Gavi, whoever plays there, they need to run ahead of Lewandowski and Rafinha and Dembele. So they need to make those runs, those late runs, and this is at the same time going to pin back Real Sociedad even further. They might revert to a back 5, who knows, and then just to throw their shape off. So those two needs to make runs in behind the back line, in behind the defense. All right, and also Lewandowski shifting to the left hand side with Pedri making blind side runs is going to be also very important, because Real Sociedad likes to play with their fullbacks. That's why they have a midfielder, you know. That's why they have a diamond in midfield, because these three, Bryce Mendes and Zubamedi and all of these guys, are actually hard running central midfielders. David Silva, who's the floater, and then these two are going to be very high. So these diamonds that we need to build on the right hand side and the left hand side, but I picked the right hand side because this number 3 is going forward the most, you know, one of the best fullbacks Real Sociedad had. I can't exactly see his name right now, but yeah, so that is going to be absolutely very important. And Pedri making those second striker runs like we saw against Inter Miami. All right, is it Pumas or Inter Miami? I think it's Pumas, right? Now, the best shape that Barcelona can actually defend in is the 4-2-3-1. We can't defend in a 4-4-2, you know, because the running fullbacks is going to draw these guys out of position, and we might be in very big trouble because of those 3 hard running midfielders that they have, which is allowing these guys, right? So Rafinha and Dembele, they are not the best defenders, you know, so the 4-4-2 is not going to work. That's why I'm suggesting that we should go with the 4-2-3-1, and Xavi has actually teased the 4-2-3-1, you know, and that is so that the pivots, so we have an extra man in midfield, right? And then which can cover, the pivots can cover the central midfielders, and which allows Rafinha and Dembele to actually go to the fullbacks and at the same time cut out the midfield. And Robert Lewandowski can press from an angle so that they can be under pressure as well. So the 4-2-3-1 in terms of defense is going to be the best defensive shape that Barcelona can have in this game, but purely because of Sociedad's attacking fullbacks that they love to use, you know. And as much as tiki-taka goes, you know, this 4-2-3-1, when you have the ball, Pedri can be a sole number 10 like we saw, and Xavi likes to defend narrow as well. And at the same time, we are going to be able to have five players central, you know, and then we're actually going to outnumber them with our back four against their two. All right, so that is the tactical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know down in the comment section, what do you think about this tactics that Barcelona needs to do differently from what they've been doing against Rayo Vallecano? I would like to hear from you. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, like this video, and yeah, let's get to the 1,000 subscribers. You guys have been helping me a lot, and I'm really thankful for what you guys have done for me. I don't even have words to actually thank you enough for subscribing and for supporting this channel, you know, encouraging me to continue making videos, and believe me, I'm not going to stop, right? Thank you very much for watching this video. Goodbye.